Hi everyone, it's Melissa. I wanted to do a quick video on some pockets to make for your planner. I'm using the Heidi Swapp planner this year. I like to make my own inserts if I can. I love all Heidi Swapp stuff, but I do like to personalize it myself, so I thought I would share today my pockets that I made. So the first pocket is this one, and it looks very similar to the one she sells, just in different patterns. And then the second pocket is this one. Now I'm using the stack that was with, one of the stacks that was with the display where I got the planner, and it's got some really pretty papers in it. So for these two pockets I chose this really pretty solid pink, which came in, so it came in the stack. And the dimensions on the small pocket are, the base of it is 6 inches long, I have it written down, and 5 inches wide. Now these sheets come in 6 inches, so just so you know. And one of the first things I do when I get a planner or a planner that has different holes than my previous planners, I take one of the pages out and I always punch a template and just put it aside to use whenever I want to make something. So we take the base, and normally I would not pre-punch my holes. However, to save time, this time I did, and it ended up only needing 3 holes instead of the 4. So that's my base. And I chose to round the corners. I love the pretty little straight corners, but this pocket's going to get used a lot, so it really needs to have rounded corners, I think. Personal preference. And so the pocket paper I chose for this one is this polka dot, which I absolutely love, and this is out of the stack. And this measures, let me look on my cheat sheet, 6 inches by 6 inches. Now you're going to score the paper around around 3 of the sides at a 1/2 inch. The top is a little bit deeper. This is also going to be personal preference. I want some of my background paper, base paper, peeking out. So I chose to score this one at about 3/4 of an inch, the one that's going to be at the top. So you need to use some really strong adhesive, or you can use liquid adhesive, whatever you want. I used tape, and this is, I think, scrappy tape, or you can use score tape. You know, choose whatever tape you have, or like I said, use a liquid adhesive. So after you score all of your edges at a 1/4 of an inch, at a 1/2 inch, which I've already done, and I can't find my scoreboard, you need to go ahead and bend those edges over, and you really need to burnish them before you do the tape. So fold them all over after you score them and burnish them really well. Fold them back out. You see all the score lines, and you're going to cut at the intersection of each corner so that you won't have bulk when you put this thing together. I've put tape everywhere except this last little section, so let me do that right quick. And you want the tape end to end, and you also want it right below that score line. You're putting the tape on the outside for the sides and the bottom, and you're going to put it on the inside for the top. The reason I'm folding over the top is because it gives it extra stability, because that's going to be the area that's used the most and handled the most. And you're also going to punch that thumb notch or finger notch, and You want as much strength as possible. Okay, as you can see, this tape, I used 1/2 inch tape. It hangs over a little bit. If you pull off your little pieces of backing and push that tape on itself, it'll just grab and there won't be any sticky hanging over. So to put it together, I'm going to put the bottom, this is going to be the bottom, because remember our tape is on the inside of the top edge. I'm going to put the bottom, line it up, and then I'm taking the back side facing up, and I'm lining it up along that edge right below the score line, and get it as even as possible on either side too. You can always trim if you have to on the sides, but it's nice if you can get it as even as possible. And so you fold it over and there is your backing. Now before we go any further, we're going to pull off the top flap, pull off the backing here if I can get a hold of it. I'll try this edge. I have no fingernails. I have a real bad habit of cutting my fingernails so short because they get in my way. Okay, and we're going to fold this over. So this is the top edge. Now we're going to go ahead and punch the little thumb slot before we adhere anything else down. And I'm using an oval. I think this is a Fiskars oval. And I'm just eyeballing the middle. And I'm going halfway up the little oval. Punch that. Now we're going to pull off the tape on the sides. And I really should probably get something to help me pull this. Flip one side at a time over and try to get it lined up as straight as you can when you adhere it down, and press flat. Now hopefully I got it straight. If I didn't, which see I've got some hangover, that's okay. I'm going to trim it. So just take your scissors and trim that edge and just follow your folded edge as a guideline. So there's the pocket. Now normally I wait until after I'm finished with everything to punch my holes, but I wanted to save time. So now I'm going to punch those other holes. But see, if you do it like this, you've got adhesive on those holes and that gums up your hole punch. And the reason I'm using a 1/4 inch hole punch, just a standard hole punch, is because the holes from the Crop-A-Dile are just too small. And it's kind of hard to flip it's too tight. So there's our first pocket. And I would take a Sharpie. Let me get that right quick. Since this is white core paper, I would take a Sharpie and just go along that edge. But that's just me. You don't have to do that. So there's our first pocket. The second one has that angled page on it, and I chose another sheet out of this pack, and I've pre-cut the base and I pre-punched it. The base of your pocket is going to be 6 inches. Pardon me, not 6 inches. It's the total height of this. So it is it is actually 8 inches tall. Then it's the total 6 inches wide. And you go in and you score all of your edges. Let me do that real quick. you score in 1/4 of an inch on all sides. So 1/4 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch. Then on the bottom, I do 1/2 inch. Then you take and cut at the intersections like we did before. Right at that intersection. Now I'm taking 1/4 inch tape and going along, and you don't have to go all the way up on this one because you're actually going to be cutting that angle for the angled pocket. So you've got the idea. So our tape is on. Now to cut your angle, I don't know if you can see it, I can see it, but underneath the tape I have a 3-inch mark and a 6-inch mark. Okay, so I'm gonna line up, I'm gonna remark this so y'all can see it because it's frustrating if you can't see what I'm talking about. So that's my 6-inch mark and that's my 3-inch mark. 3-inch right here and 6-inch right here. And put this down and slice it, and that's what makes your angle. So pretend we have tape all the way around. You know, most of you know this, but some of you may not. When you score, say you score on this side of your paper, it makes a valley, and this side is a peak. You always want to fold from the valley toward the peak. And that gives your fold strength so it doesn't tear. So, just a little tidbit from me to you. So anyway, you get all those nice and folded. Where's my bone folder again? Excuse me, I'm having allergy troubles. Here in Louisiana, there's green pollen on everything. So there is our actual pocket. And here's the one I've pre-done. So I'm going to pull the tape off of it. And I did take a piece of score tape. I think it was the 1/8 inch score tape. And I put a strip here and then put some gold glitter because there are gold accents in the actual planner. I'm going to flip the tape up on itself because there's quite a bit of excess on this one. Now, I realize I forgot to cut that bottom corner. We'll do that here in just a second. Cut that bottom corner at the intersection. Take the tape off this one. Now on my base, I've already punched the holes like I did the first one to save time. And we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to kind of line this up as best I can. Then I'm going to take the back facing up and line it up as even as possible here. Remember, you can always trim it. Flip it up and then flip your edges in. I think this side is going to have to be trimmed a little bit. We'll see. There's one side. Well, maybe not. Maybe we lucked out on this one. And the other side. So there's the other pocket. Just as simple as that. And then, of course, I'll go back and punch these out. Now, one of the reasons I did this video is because, of course, I wanted to show y'all pockets. And I also want to do a giveaway just to thank everybody for sticking with me, even though I haven't been posting a lot lately. I'm busy with Miss Priss. So, gosh, she's wonderful. Hopefully I'll remember to put a picture of her at the end. So these pockets can go in my giveaway. I'm going to give away one of the Heidi Swapp planners, and I'm going to give away also the little numbers stamps that you use to put in the monthly calendars. One of the reasons I really like this planner is because you can start it at any time of the year, or you can save it for next year. So anyway, this is my giveaway, and the way to enter, of course, you have to be a subscriber. And you also have to make a comment on this video. And the comment, let's see, I would like to know what type of video y'all would like me to post next. And it's going to be open from today, which is Wednesday the... Wednesday the what? I don't even know what day it is. I think it's the 1st today. Let me look and see. Today is Wednesday the 1st. It's going to be open until Wednesday the 15th. So that is 2 weeks from now. I'll close it. But those are the only 2 stipulations. You need to be a subscriber and leave a comment. And if y'all have any questions, I know this is kind of scattered. It's been a while. But if y'all have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. Thank y'all so much for subscribing to my channel, for the nice comments, for sticking with me. It's just, what a wonderful community YouTube is. So anyway, good luck, and I hope you like the giveaway, and thanks for watching. Bye.